here, we can definitely get the party started. Breachies. Okay, so I want to just major praise to all to Pedro and Katabe and Breachies and all the cat herders for optimism. It was just an insane task this last week to message all these random delegates and beg them to put tags on our proposals, like Suga and everyone who helped with that. Like, oh my God, thank you. Well done. We did it. We made it. I also want to dish major praise to Franco for all the work he's doing in the Giveth house to prepare for our stay. I mean, this is like I would say a thankless task, but the love that he puts into the Giveth house cannot be understated, and it's what really makes everything work. And then I want to dish major praise to Lauren for managing all the QF chaos and pushing so hard to get us so ready for QF that there's a potential we could get it out for Burning Man. And just even the fact that that's even possible or even part of a discussion is major props to Lauren, considering how limited our dev resources have been. So well done. And I'll pass it to Lauren.
Yeah, I want to praise Mitch for coordinating the DAO sub-DAOification process and running all of these meetings and just like making sure that we're all on track. And I want to praise everybody who's been involved in the impact quests for ETH Barcelona and just all the ETH Barcelona planning stuff. Santi, Mitch, Ashley, Nicola, Franco, just like everything's coming together. I'm excited that we're about to be there. And I want to praise Monique for doing such a good job of coordinating all of the developers around all of the different products and doing resource planning week after week so that we all stay on track. And I will pass it to Breachies.
Jim, how are you? How is everyone? My first praise is for Aldine because she helped me a lot this week. I was really busy in Optimist. She confirmed all the speakers and all the participations for Jun, and I really appreciate her help. She's always open to help. I wanna praise Grief because he worked really hard for Optimist. He reviewed like all, he followed, he helped, he was pretty like active participating on that. And my third praise is for all the fundraising team. Like we worked really hard. We present a lot of missions and we got approval like 5 from 6 from the Giveth Galaxy. And we are waiting for the results of Intent 2. So it was a hard season, but we had some victories to celebrate. And I will pass it to Nico.
Nico, are you there? We don't hear you. I see you unmuted, but for some reason the sound isn't working. So, oh hey, try again. No, no dice. Check this. Oh yes, it's working.
I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, I'd like to give my praise to Ahmad and Fischel and Heather for our monthly HR catch up this week, making sure that we are improving our processes in HR and we take care of the contributors and the community. Also, praise to Heather for everything that she does with hiring, for always finding the right people that fits our culture here in Giveth, and also improving our onboarding process. And last praise to Fischel for being everywhere in the community. Like, she actively supports HR and also making sure the payments are on time. So, yeah, I'm passing it to Heather.
Hello. Yeah. Oh, I have so much praise to give this week. I really want to praise Amin. He slayed so many technical backend dev interviews this week, and he's been really helpful with just guiding the hiring process for the dev team. I also want to praise Ahmad because he's just a great soundboard to bounce ideas off of, and we come up with some really creative solutions. And I want to praise Nico for always having my back. Like, he is just so helpful in the background, helping with editing and content and research. It's really, really endless. And I will pass it over to Franco.
Thank you, Heather. this week I want to praise the Eat Barcelona team for finishing and finalizing everything for the Impact Quest. We're doing an amazing job. It's gonna be so good. And yeah, just organizing everything, like the booth shifts and everything. And also like a big praise to the people working on fundraising in the retro public goods funding. I got like into a private chat there, and I see all that you're doing. It's amazing, so much work there. And a big praise also to Ashley and Nicola, who are here at the Giveth house, and it's really nice having them. Yeah, and yeah, I'll pass it over to Mitch.
Thanks. I want to praise. Let's see here. I want to praise Carlos for being the first. Carlos, what was the name? Carlitos, for finishing the first Impact Quest. What a supporter. He made like 5 donations to Giveth just this morning. And I would like to praise again everybody who helped get the Impact Quest started. So like Santi, Franco, Almond, Ashley, just like lots of help just doing all the outreach and getting us hooked up with everything. And there was one more, but I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, well, I'd like to praise Ali Reza and Nuggin for just like meeting every single day to push forward on this other projects we have. And Breachies, sorry, for doing all of the homework for the optimism grants. I really appreciate it. At any rate, I'll pass it on to Carlos.
Thanks, Mitch. Hey everyone. My top 3 praises are to Monique. He's done a lot of work to organize our developers in different tasks and projects. I also like to praise Cherik that has been working with me on QF bugs and issues. So we get this feature done soon. And also I'd like to praise Mateo for all the work he did debugging Chainbind with me. Yeah, those are my 3 top praises. I'll pass it to, let's see, Juanca, did you go?
Thank you, Carlos. Yeah, I would like to praise Breaches for the cool shirt she's wearing. That's from DevCon 6, and it's really cool because I feel that we are close together. Seeing you with the same shirt that we all have. And I want to praise Almond because I think that Instagram strategy is really cool, and I really liked the last video. And I also want to praise Mitch and congratulations for a new journey in life. So that's amazing. Congratulations, man. And also a big hug to everyone in Barcelona that is going. I will pass it to Tosin.
Hi everybody. So I want to praise Mo for all the work he has been doing on Kiev and for his feedback on the give back flow. I want to praise Griff and Lauren for saying over a lot of things and for just being awesome. I want to praise Mo for his work, Monique for his work in organizing the developers and everything. I'll pass it to Ashley.
Thanks, Tosin. I want to praise Almond for all the work that she's put into the ambassador program. It wrapped up season 1 and she did the graduation, and now we're just working on getting NFTs out. So our first season has wrapped up and she's put so much love and care and strategy into that. So I want to praise her for that. I want to praise Lauren for all the work she's putting in for QF, like strategizing everything, teaming up with, collaborating with funders, just like getting everything put together and ready to go. It's really exciting to see that happening. And I want to praise Nicola for working on getting Meet the Makers, the next session of Meet the Makers planned, and like formulating a new strategy moving forward with that initiative as well, coming out of Communitas. And that's what I've got. I will pass it to Santi. Did you go?
Santi said he can't speak, but Hammer hasn't gone yet. Chris, are you there? Are you able to unmute and play the praise game?
Yeah, so sorry, guys. So sorry. Here, I'll turn on my camera too. Hey, everybody. First off, want to give praise to Griff for allowing me to be here, Almond as well, and have a really interesting praise to give. I want to praise Mitch because I have a beautiful magnet of you in my fridge of you holding the cheeseburger, and I can go get that and show it to you guys if you need proof. But yeah, it's there every day. I have like 5 magnets in my fridge, and I see Mitch's beautiful face every day, so that's praise.
Nice, and I can pass it for you. Let's throw it to Mateo.
Thank you, Griff. Hey guys, GM. I want to praise Heather for having like a half body call, half therapy call with me. That was very helpful. I want to praise all the Eat Barcelona team that has been doing the logistics and organizing. I know you guys are going to rock it. Sadly, I cannot make it, but we'll be there in spirit. I want to praise every dev and project manager that has been crushing it, delivering many features and in different projects. Like, we are everywhere. So proud of every developer and project manager in the team. Yeah, that's top 3 for me. I'll pass it to who's missing. I think I'm the last one, or Moonlight. I think Moonlight.
There it is. Well done. Moonlight, do you have any praise to dish? Oh, Moonlight having that mute button issue. It's happened. It's a common Discord disease, honestly. Are you there, Moonlight? Nope. Moonlight's just happy to be here and listen, it sounds like. If you jump in and interrupt me, Moonlight, totally come in and dish some praise. We'd love to hear from you. But in general, this was praise. I hope you enjoyed it. It's like our favorite way to do decentralized updates, but also it turns into give tokens. This is like the coolest part of praise. It's actually a way to decentralize the issuance of the give token, but it only counts when you're typing it out in Discord. So if you really want to show someone praise, do /praise and tell everyone what you did. The person's gonna get a little DM that says like that you messaged that of all the nice things that you're saying about them, and on top of that, they're gonna get a give token bonus. So it's really fun. Definitely /praise. And welcome to this auspicious community call 169. Very memeable. It's a really fun community call on June 29th. And there's a few announcements. I even left one off this page, but we're gonna really soak in 169, that meme, for another week. We're gonna have this be our community call that we sit on for 2 weeks. We're going to skip the community call next week because so much of the team is going to be busy in Barcelona, all hanging out and going to the conference. So enjoy the week off of the community call, kill on the calendar and all that. Other announcements this week, we found out about Retro PGF. 30 million Optimism tokens are going to be given out to people who are building in the Optimism ecosystem. So it's just something to consider when we're doing work and when we're doing everything. We should do it in Optimism, and because they really reward us for using their chain more than anybody. And then on top of that, they also are like giving us incentives to build on their chain with promises. With clear promises. So Optimism grants will be up soon. If you have a delegate, please message your delegate. If it's me, I already know who I'm voting for. Don't worry, guys. But if you know any Optimism delegates, or you know anyone who's got a lot of OP tokens, make sure that they support all of our projects, and we'll talk about that in the fundraising section. But with that, we can go into the working group section and talk about the community circle. Yeah. Take it away.
Okay, great. Thanks, Griff. I'll be taking the comms updates for Almond this week. So first amazing update is Giveth Impact Quests are live. So we were running Impact Quests again for ETH Barcelona, and you can actually participate anywhere in the world. So there's some things that you can do online, and basically you can complete the quests, you can claim your NFTs, and then you can get prizes. We got some really awesome prizes and like awesome sponsors, including ETH Barcelona and Aragon and Green Pill and all kinds of crazy things. So check that out for more details and definitely participate. Also, Team Finest is supporting Giveth, so you can complete a short survey on token management. It takes like 5 minutes, and then Team Finance will donate $20 to Giveth. And actually, I think there are community spotlights, so you'll hear way more about them later. But just to give them a little intro, check out this survey and just like fill it out. It takes 5 minutes. And then also Mateo's going to be representing Giveth at ETH Kipu. So don't miss his presentation today. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And he's been working really hard on his slide deck and it's looking really great. And it's going to be in Spanish. So definitely check that out. AI June is almost done. We've got our last, our season's finale, our last presentations with coders tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time. But you can also catch the awesome presentations of the things that people were building from our hackathons on the Giveth YouTube. The latest episode of GM is also out. It's with Nathan Schneider, who is a Web3 policy, is talking about Web3 policies. He's a professor and journalist. So it's a really great episode. Don't forget to check that out. You can watch it on Spotify, on YouTube. I think you can like watch the live stream from our Twitter, but Spotify is really the best. I think you should turn notifications on for Spotify for GM. Yeah, but so definitely check that episode out. And the last thing, I just like slid this in here because Epoch Zero is live. So you might have heard in our community spotlight last year from Octant, who's going to be giving, actually distributing $1 million of ETH to 10 public goods projects. And they just made their big announcement today that this is happening. So if you get a POAP from participating in Twitter spaces that we're going to be hosting or live events like ETHCC and coming to hang out with them, or you might already be whitelisted because I might have had your back and included you on the list. You'll be able to vote in like the 3rd week of July to distribute those funds to public goods projects. That's all I have for comms updates, so I will pass it on to Ashley with Communitas.
Thanks, Lauren. All right. Well, for those of you that don't know, we have the community AMA and orientation call. I think next week we'll also skip this because of ETH Barcelona, but the week after that and every week after that, I will be there to answer questions at 10 a.m. Costa Rica time. And we have our bi-weekly syncs on Tuesdays. And this, I need to keep updating this. I'm so bad. I'm sorry. You can just go to the next one. Okay, here's our updates. Our sub-DAOification process, we now have our working group proposal up in Snapshot, so you can go ahead and vote to fund, to grow, shrink, sustain, or not fund us here in this proposal. So if you haven't had a chance to vote, I don't think anybody has yet, you can vote there. And you can also see in the forum the different deliverables and stuff that's attached to each of those choices in the forum. And then the ambassador program, we have completed season 1. It's officially over. The graduation videos are complete. Now we're working to mint the NFTs and distribute the awards for the graduates. And we're starting some action steps to prepare for next season, for season 2, which will be even better than the first season. So if you want to participate and become a Giveth ambassador, you can fill out this type form here, and we will contact you whenever we're beginning. And we've got Meet the Makers. We had our strategy session. The next Meet the Makers event has been planned for July 19th, and we've been starting outreach to different project owners to get them lined up to participate. We're gonna forego themes and start to just invite like newly verified projects. So as projects become verified, we're just gonna bring them on and try to get them featured right away. They're more engaged at that point, and it just makes more sense. And we're working to incorporate like a Meet the Makers hashtag in a lot of our communications and different projects features that we're doing. And I think also the result of this snapshot vote will depend on a lot of how we grow and expand Meet the Makers. So yeah, vote. Then we've got our collective brainstorming section up here. We need more community spotlights. If you can think of any communities that are good for community spotlight, you can schedule them in this document. I'll be asking around at ETH Barcelona and trying to get some people scheduled there, but I think we only have one more on the list right now. So we've got lots of room down below. Just make sure to put the contact in the different links and stuff so I know who to reach out to. And yeah, and then if you we haven't really been doing any Twitter Spaces lately, but maybe we'll pick some up as we start to come out of the sub-DAOification thing. I think we've been strategizing a lot about that, but you can always put ideas in there or for future Giveth Essentials. But mostly we need community spotlights. And then last but not least, we've got Gravity. I'm not sure how much longer Gravity will be on this slide as they're moving to DAOops. But we have the next monthly sync will be July 14th. Yeah, so if you're feeling any kind of tension or any kind of resistance going on in the community, if you have an issue with somebody, fill out this form and a Graviton will connect with you and we can use this as an opportunity to grow as a community. And so the link for the form, you can find it there. Or if you're interested in getting more involved in becoming a Graviton, you can DM Nicola or start this Gravity online training course. At the end of completing this course, you will be a Graviton and you can register following the link down there. And that's what I've got for this week for Communitas. So let's go over to Platform Circle Development Working Group.
Hey guys, thank you Ashley. I will take over this time. Amin and Monique are off today, so yeah, Mateo from the Development Working Group. I will be presenting this time. So, as you may know, the development team is as decentralized as ever, so we are taking over different projects in the GM, and there are many updates in that regards, on Dapnode, Nomonouns, TrueBlocks, Canon, Praise, many upgrades in that, but particularly for Giveth, we finally released the referrals program. You can check it out on the DApp, where essentially if you make a donation, you share your link with a referral code, you will get some givebacks extra. So that's just released yesterday. Griff, if you go to /referral.
Yeah, Mateo, please walk me through. What do I do?
Yeah, go to /referral or go to the project site and you will see a floating button in the top bottom left corner. That's basically the way you do it, but if you want to see the landing page, go straight to /referrals. Referral, yeah, exactly, that's better. So yeah, pretty much you just generate your link. With that, you share it, and once the people start donating with that link, you will get some give back. Super cool.
Let me check out the flow on a project too, because this is amazing. Let's see. What if I want to support the Giveth House? Oh, no, not donate, I guess.
At the bottom, you will see the button as well.
Oops.
The button says
reward
below the donate button.
Oh yeah, share and get rewarded. But there is a bug here. Do you see this front end bug?
Okay.
But that is so cool. Oh my god. And so then you can share a referral straight for the Giveth House.
Yeah.
Wow. That is so cool. So you can refer people to Giveth generally, or you could even share. And so with this, then a project that does its own fundraising can actually get more than 100% of the donations. They can also get givebacks.
Essentially that, yeah.
Projects get givebacks. Anyone gets givebacks for doing projects for fundraising on Giveth and helping fundraise on Giveth. That's amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah, that's released, so I will be taking a look at that small bug that you found, Griff. I think it's related to the screen. But moving on, QF is also in progress. Testing started in that regards. I think that more than 95% is done already, so we will be soon having it. Giveth and CowSwap, there's some new design on the UI that is coming very soon. There is some progress on the Give Pro contract, and general maintenance and different bugs were fixed during this week. So that's from the development working group. I'll pass it to the Give Economy working group.
It's me. I'm the Give Economy Working Group steward. QF and Give Economy Weekly is now one call. It's on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. You can go to the next slide. In the quadratic funding side of things, testing has been going really well. Like development has been going really, really well. Like we basically have like almost the finished product. We need to do a bunch of load testing to make sure that the estimated matching calculations are making sense. But you could go here to this give qf vercel.app if you want to do some testing before it ends up on staging. But I am going to be organizing some testing parties soon because I want everybody in Giveth to become familiar with how QF works. And also just like have tons of people like putting in test donations so that we can actually like make sure that like all of our stuff is resilient to handle the load of all the donors. On the Give Staking side of things, we're not going to be including the Give Staking Giveth Pro eligibility in the QF MVP, but Tossin has been working on the designs and Mitch has been working on the contracts. So we're hoping to be adding that in later. So basically, in order for projects to become eligible for QF, you'll need to stake Give on the project, which could be slashed if you're found to be civil and doing like malicious, crazy things. We're also doing some fundraising for the matching pool and have prepared kind of a document for QF catalysts, and we're looking for people who be our large donors to basically support the matching pool, which will fuel these rounds, and so kind of like working on like the agreements for that in different tiers. I also put together a like kind of like marketing outline for different things that we need to do for QF, including like onboarding projects and supporting them, as well as like tweet threads and emails and notifications and all the different parts of QF. So this is being moved to the comms working group team, and we're going to be like splitting up tasks and basically just like kind of moving on to that. Griff is asking what we should call the QF Catalyst. It's basically like the Gitcoin funders lead. Large donors donate to the matching pool. What do you think? QF Catalysts, Quadratic Force, another name that we're not settled on the name. Anyway, we also have a strategy sync today. Griff wanted to talk about like basically linking a super aggressive timeline and trying to get this out the door in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to be talking about the feasibility of that and like if we are going to be ready to launch in July and like really what we can cut in order to make that possible. On the rest of the Give Economy side of things, we've added Optimism Whirly to staging, so now we can actually test to see that Optimism givebacks are going out correctly, so that when people donate on Optimism Chain, they'll get Give rewarded to them on Optimism Chain, and then they'll be able to stake that Give on Optimism Chain for Give Power and participate in the entire like Give fun system that we've built, but all on Optimism. So the Give Power side of things, the design is ready, the contracts are being reviewed, and hopefully we're going to be getting it up in the next couple of weeks, at least ready for testing. That's pretty much everything on the Give Economy side of things, so I'll just sling it over to the fundraising working group.
Boom. Well, I'm happy to take it. Yeah, major action on fundraising. If you've never been to the fundraising call, you are missing out. It is an epic call, and we talk about all the things. Who knows what time it is? I know it's on Monday. I never update that slide though. Dang. But yeah, it's this call, we go through all the fundraising opportunities in the space. If you are looking for grants, you want to be there. We are focusing right now mostly on Optimism because that is where all the money's at. Like I said, they're doing retroactive public goods funding for 30 million OP tokens, which is at today's value over $40 million worth of OP tokens just for building on the chain that will be rewarded by randos in the community. Like it's an insane amount of money compared to the grants in other communities. And on top of that, they also had huge round this just recently that we are in the middle of, where they're giving huge grants out. So like yes, we are in the middle of an ETC grant, and yes, there is like ENS opportunities all the time, and yeah, we already submitted some mantle grants, and sure, Octans is giving away $1 million, and we have a grant for BNB, and we're looking at Rootstock and Cello, and Ripple. I forgot to add Ripple. We just submitted like 150K Ripple grant, but honestly, all of these things are just dwarfed by Optimism. It's insane how much money they're giving out to people who are building on their platform. OP grants is where it's at. We had 19 in our like global Giveth Galaxy, like friends of friends. We had 19 grants that were kind of connected to our community. Most of them didn't make it. We'll have to try again with Unitap and Bright ID. We Giveth had an impact DAO grant that really it was probably biting off more than we could chew anyway, so I didn't really get much support. And also, we found out that the growth grants are skipping on quadratic funding. Giveth applied for quadratic funding support, and so did the Token Engineering Commons. But it was deemed that like Optimism is really crazy about their KYC, and us giving re-granting OP tokens would require that all the people who get the OP tokens to also do KYC, and that was just like a big blocker for doing quadratic funding. So we're looking at ways around it, but it makes it less exciting for QF. Obviously, if everybody has to go through KYC. But yeah, so those are the failures, I would say, or at least the try agains. You know, Optimism is not, and even some of these projects we should just do anyway, even if we don't get them, and try for the retroactive public goods funding, because $30 million is so much. And this is like, I would say this is what I'm pushing as our core fundraising strategy, is just align ourselves with Optimism. They are rewarding people who do. But we have really cool grants out there, and if anyone knows any people with OP tokens or any delegates out there, it's worth me giving a quick explanation of all the grants that are out there that will be going up for a 2-week snapshot vote. Or no, sorry, the voting is going to happen on Agora, and that should go up either today or tomorrow or something like that, and it'll be up for 2 weeks. We have a really cool project where we're doing marketing for retroactive public goods. We already have booths in ETH Barcelona and ETH CC. We've already ordered shirts and stickers, and so it's really fun. We're going to really educate with this grant, Giveth will educate the world about retroactive public goods funding, and hopefully spread it outside the Optimism ecosystem, and of course bring awareness to it in the Optimism ecosystem. DAppNode is working on making it easy to run. Okay, Breaches, we'll save you a shirt. We'll give it to you in November. And DAppNode is working on making it really easy to run OP nodes. So that's I think that's a grant that's like a shoe-in to win. That's very exciting. Trusted Seed is building a regen score. So this is, if you've ever seen the degen score, it's kind of like street cred on how how degenerate you are. Can we make some street cred for how regenerate you are? This is I think it's something the space really could benefit from, and including Optimism, because they have attestations that they want to use to increase who is a OP citizen. So regen score could be one of the attestations that helps your reputation in that house. Also, economic co-design for gas fees for the OP stack. This is a wild one. You guys remember the TEC dashboard? Yeah, that was really complicated, right? Well, Optimism has a much simpler system for managing their gas costs, but it's kind of a technocracy right now. The devs of OP Labs get to decide. And if the devs of OP Labs have to decide, then we will never make it so that gas fees are fueling OP token, the OP token utility. And so this is like the first step towards OP token utility. All of this retroactive public goods funding is worthless if the OP token has no value. So by giving the DAO the power of managing gas fees in the network in an educated, democratic, and safe way, which this dashboard can do, then actually we could start. That's like the first step towards making it possible to use gas money to buy OP tokens. This is, I think, a slam dunk, and the cost has been greatly reduced so that we can make it happen. DAOstar is doing really hard work on DAO governance and standardizing DAO governance, and they are making it happen. I saw Suga talking. Okay. So yeah, DAOstar has like a great process for standardizing DAO governance that needs support. Pairwise is like the coolest thing to happen in DAO governance for a long time. It's basically Tinder style user experience, not like Tinder at all, but just the addictive user experience and the simple approach of just being like yes or no. We have in pairwise, you get two options. Well, you get three options: two projects or abstain, and you just say which one you like. And this is a first step in making DAO governance accessible and fun, and can be really used for retro PGF. So we're excited about that grant as well. And of course, Praise. So Praise wants to integrate attestations into its root so that anyone who's receiving Praise can also get some easy reputation systems. Attestations are probably the standard for reputation in the OP stack, and probably a lot of other and in a lot of future applications. It seems to the mind share of DAO governance seems to be following the attestation standard. So Praise wants to integrate attestations and integrate Praise into the Optimism Discord and go full force there. So all of these grants are up and they're all super cool. And we really need everybody's support. Anyone who can, if you know anyone with OP tokens, try to give them their best shill or connect them to me or something, and I can shill them all these grants. Anyway, that's it was really important to just give everyone that context. Sorry for taking so much time. And I'll skip the rest because I spent too much time. And I'll pass it to the design working group.
Hi everybody. Okay, so for design updates this week, currently we're working on creating a gift staking flow for project eligibility for quadratic funding. So basically, in order for a project to be eligible to join the QF rounds, they actually must have staked a particular amount of give on the project. So currently working on a design flow for that. You could check the Figma link there, drop a comment, but it's still a work in progress. And also we made some minor fixes to the referral pages and then the QF flow, just minor interaction and minor changes with the user flow and trying to make everything better. I think that's all for the design this week. I'll pass to Giveth an cycle for that working group. Mitch.
Thanks. Yeah, let's have a look. Not much to talk about this week. Yeah, we got lots of DAOs. First thing to talk about is the sub-DAO support call. I think we'll cancel the next one because, as Griff mentioned, a lot of us will be at ETH Barcelona, but the sub-DAO transition is still ongoing. There's a few more working group proposals that are left to post. So if not next Thursday, we'll have it maybe the Thursday after. I don't know. We'll see. But those are still ongoing, and that's happening the hour before this call happens. And on that note, another reminder, we are 2 days away from our agreed upon deadline of July 1st to have all of our proposals up. So again, just a reminder to some of the working group leaders hanging out around here that let's get it done on time. Hopefully, let's see you guys if we can make it. In the DAO, just one thing here, there is the core contributor compensation reimbursement for May. That's got about a day and a half left to be voted on in the NR Give DAO. And I don't know if that's going to load, Griff, but let's look at the token log in the meantime. Oh, he's got it loaded up. He's ready to go. Look at that. QF. Can somebody get rid of Kubernetes? I'm pretty sure that that's been abandoned, but okay. Project discussions, analytics dashboard, multi-sig compatibility, love it. GiveFi, referral program improvements. Wow, can we call that done almost? That's exciting. And hot and upcoming is Giveth APIs, which I'm super excited for. And Giveth Pro. What? Giveth Pro? Only 2 people have voted for Giveth Pro? You guys are crazy. That's it. If you guys have no idea what you're looking at on the screen, this is the token log. If you want Giveth to build something, this is the place to vote on it. So we have all of these ideas here, vetted by the product managers. And if you have any Give tokens on Gnosis chain, you can vote on any of these options and we'll prioritize it when we do our roadmap planning. So that's the token log. And I will give you all a link to that vote if you have any NR Give tokens. But I think that's pretty much it from the DAO, and I can pass it on to Griff.
Yeah, and if you're having trouble with the loading of this thing, it's because like on this side I have a different RPC, so you have to come in here, and sometimes the RPCs go bad or get closed down. Yeah, anyway, we don't want to show that in public actually. Oops. But it's but there's various RPCs that you can use, and that's usually the problem why it's not working. And so governance working group, there's a couple things. First off, I forgot to put on this slide, a lot of people will be in ETH Barcelona. So next week, I want to beg everyone to cancel the calls that they know that are going to be canceled on the calendar. If you lead a call, please clear the calendar so that people know that it's not happening, like the community call and such. Because otherwise people will assume that it's happening. Not everyone's in Barcelona. So please take a second, even right now, to cancel calls that you do not plan on leading, because you're going to be partying it up with the 18 people in the Giveth house that are all going to be enjoying themselves. So that's going to be really fun. Jake is on second part 2 of paternity leave. Yas is also taking some time, and Almond's flying out tomorrow, so she'll be MIA. And also, there's like many people may not know this, and I saw Ramin pop into the call for a second, so that was super cool. But the Middle East is having like the biggest holiday of the year right now. It's Eid al-Adha. It's kind of like, I mean, I would it's nothing like Christmas at all, but it's almost like as important as Christmas, like as far as like severity of holidays. So expect that all the Middle East team is just not going to pay that much attention to what we have to say this week, today and tomorrow, and they shouldn't. They should be celebrating with their families because the whole Middle East has it off right now. So super cool holiday. Check it out. I did a little research, but I would probably just bastardize it if I try to regurgitate what I read. But it seems like it's a festival of sacrifice, and it seems like a fun holiday actually, despite the context. Yeah, and as far as updates in the Giveth community, not a whole lot going on in the forum post, but there are some really important ones. I'd say low on quantity, high on quality. Check out the rewards working group forum post and the DAOOps working group forum post. These are going to go up for vote very soon, so definitely they need your feedback. And Nice Token is back. Oh, I forgot to say there's a poll. Check out the poll on the Nice Token. I'm sure everyone has missed the Nice Token. I know I have. So it's good to.
Oh no.
Oh, Mitch, look at that. Oh, he's jumping. He's jumping. Oh, I would love for Mitch to talk about Nice Token. If you can, Mitch, interrupt me. Also, we gotta legalize. Oh yeah.
Sorry, I froze there right when you're trying to talk to me, I guess. Yeah, Nice Token. We started that about a year ago. It was basically a way to reward people who donated stables to the Giveth project on Giveth. And so, according to that, we've issued over 15,000 Nice tokens. So that means over 15,000 stable coins have been donated to Giveth. And so our original plan was to basically buy back Give for 50% of the stables that we accrue, and then combine that with the other 50% of stables and create DAO-owned liquidity with stable tokens and Give. So it's kind of like a way of like stabilizing the price of Give while also buying back tokens from the market. So this is the first actual buyback program we have for the Give token. So it's cool to actually start doing something with it. So we would like to do, well, I would like to do two purchases, buying back Give from the market on Gnosis chain using CowSwap. And then once that's done, we bridge everything over to Optimism, because as Griff was saying, good to try and just do as much as we can on Optimism. and create some liquidity on Velodrome, which looks to be the hottest, what do you say, exchange, decentralized exchange on Optimism at the moment. So yeah, I'll try it out. If all goes well, we'll have $15,000 worth of liquidity on Optimism, and we'll keep going from there. What do you think? Griff didn't vote yet.
No, I don't want everyone to see my votes. No, just kidding. Yeah. So also, and so this is what I'm saying. Low quantity, high quality. Get in there. Check out the forum. Say your piece, and then move on with your life. But if you know anyone who wants to move into the Giveth Galaxy, I'm announcing something really special right now. We're gonna have a 100,000 give referral bonus. This is only like $1,000. Sorry, I'm gonna undercut myself right away. But it's 100,000 give tokens for any referrals to find a CTO. The Giveth Galaxy is looking for a CTO. Would love someone to like really lead us into the next bull market with like a solid technical understanding and be there to mentor our developers and take on any random development tasks that are on fire and support us. So we're looking for that CTO level developer with Solidity experience. There is and there's a lot of other jobs too. We are hiring all that OP work. Someone's got to do it, and we don't honestly even have the power to do all those things if they pass. So we are hiring back-end developers. We're hiring full. Oh, well, Heather, I don't know if you want to give this rant.
Yeah, so we are on the final stages of closing a back-end dev, and we hired a front-end dev as well. So we'll definitely have some new contributor announcements next week. And right now, we're still trying to find our CTO, as you spoke about, and I'm really excited about the referral bonus because we are definitely very serious about this now. And for dev-related roles, we are still trying to find a DevOps specialist located in Latam. So if you know of anyone, please send them over to me. And also for general magic is we are finding a UI UX designer. So I've got a few interviews coming up and we'll see what happens with that. And I'll pass it back to you.
Thanks, Heather. And now it is my pleasure to bring Team Finance into the game, and with my buddy Chris Hammer, formerly of my Ether or my crypto, and Village DAO and all these other cool things. I'm excited to learn about Team Finance and also this awesome program that you guys set up for us.
Awesome, guys. Thanks, Griff. Thanks, everybody, for having me. I do know a few of you, and a few of you probably know me as well. But for those of you that don't know me, just a little bit about myself. I've been in space for about 3+ years now. As Griff said, I started at My Crypto, working under Taylor and the My Crypto team. There, I worked with two past Giveth engineers, worked with Bowen Sanders and Frederick Bolding. So I've kind of been, I know a bit of the Giveth team from a ways back as well too. Moved to Consensus, worked at MetaMask, supporting the MetaMask support team for the Americas region, and now I've moved on to Team Finance, where I'm business development and partnerships manager. So I'm really happy to meet any of you guys. If any of you ever want to have a chat or get to know me a little bit better, or want to have pitch ideas, or just shoot the shit, let me know. So yeah. A little bit about Team Finance, guys. So token and treasury management is often a pain for DAOs and for projects in the space. What Team Finance does is it basically, at a very base level, aims to simplify the token and treasury management of tokenized projects. We do this by allowing founders to easily lock their team tokens, vest their tokens, and lock their liquidity. But we also make sure that contributors, employees, and investors get paid easily and get paid on time. DAOs and projects can create their token on our platform at a fraction of the cost from doing it in-house. And I mean, you can even launch Regen Pepe on Team Finance if you guys want to do that. Add a sell tax, goes directly to quadratic funding. I mean, dude, there's all these meme coins in the space right now, and I thought, like, why isn't there any good regen coins? There's your idea. Bring me in as an advisor, and we got it. But yeah, another issue in DeFi right now is transparent locked liquidity, right? It's really bad at the moment, and so we're exploring ideas with dexes to make liquidity pools a thing of the past, where basically projects are able to lock the liquidity when they make their initial liquidity pools. Basically, why Giveth and Team Finance at this point in time? So we really want to get to know the space more, especially when it comes to individuals and founders that have previous knowledge on token or treasury management. This includes people that have created a token or even contributed to a project that launched a token. So we kind of just want to know more about you and how you found the process of launching that token, working on that token, and even maintaining that token now. The idea was originally pushed through our marketing team to sort of reward survey completions and monetary value to the user completing it. And I kind of thought like, well, that's dumb. Like, I mean, we can pay, everybody 10 or 20 bucks to take a survey, but it makes a lot more, sense to partner up with someone who's doing public goods and quadratic funding and push this money to people that need it and people that can help make this space better. So I know the Giveth team quite well and figured that be a really good partner to have in this space. So I reached out to Griff. Griff put me in touch with Almond, and since then, that's where we are. So right now we're doing just the surveys and interviews. The more that are done, are the more money that's pushed to Giveth. I think we're giving it to the Community of Makers Fund. Of course, we do prefer people that have that token management knowledge, even just at that base contributor level. But yeah, the more the survey gets retweeted and pushed on social channels is better for Giveth and for us too. So if you have a chance to pop in and do the survey, or if you guys want to share it on your social feeds or to people in the space to do this, we'd love to hear from them. And then also we're doing some like about 30-minute interviews where we can actually get to know someone a little bit better and what they've gone through the process. Griff, I think you'd be a great candidate for that. Any other founders you guys know of tokenized projects, push that to them, 50 bucks for doing the interview. So I mean, if you do the interview and the survey, that's $70 given to Giveth. And yeah, that's it from my side.
This is amazing. You guys are so generous. Thank you so much for supporting us in this effort.
Definitely.
Yeah. And it's so cool to just have these easy tools for like teams that are non-developers. Do you have any projects that are that you really like that are using your tools?
I mean, some of the stuff that has came through our platform unfortunately lies in the meme coin space, and that's kind of one of the ways we're trying to push out of that. We're trying to reach more promising and more enriching projects. We're trying to reach more DAOs. We're trying to reach more solid projects. A lot of the tokens that have launched with us are unfortunately just meme coins, because that's where the money is in the space, and that's where people operate a lot in the DeFi space, unfortunately. I think probably the biggest token that launched with us in the last month or two was Bob. And I know you guys probably saw that on Twitter, but can we be proud of that? I mean, a little bit, but is it really like enriching and like really cool? Not necessarily. So we are looking to like kind of shift the space that we're in as well too at the moment.
What's Bob?
It's this dumb Twitter meme of this like it's like this bot where like people reply Bob or something. You've seen that guy, or roast him Jim, like those things. Like it's you've seen it on Twitter, Griff. Like you just don't know you've seen it. It's all over the place, but it's just a Twitter meme. Yeah.
I must have blocked it. Must have
Yeah, honestly, it's
so past.
It was funny about the first time I saw it, and then I saw it about 100 more times, and it wasn't fun anymore. So, but yeah, we would love to hear from everybody that especially you guys. You guys are builders in this space. You guys are makers. So I mean, like if you guys hit and do the survey, I mean that's more potential for us to know a little bit about what we're looking for in the space and how we get to our goals, and then also helping fund community of makers at the same time. So win-win.
Any questions for Chris? Okay.
Not all at once, everybody. Not all at once, please.
I know there was another kind of conversation about some kind of donation to our matching pool. If you don't want to talk about that, that's fine. But I'm just curious. what the progress is on that, or what your thoughts are there.
I talked to Almond and I said, should we give to the matching pool or to the community makers? And she said community makers. So that was that.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Lauren's like, no.
I originally had everything for the matching pool. And then, yeah, that's where we went with that. Sorry to throw her under the bus. That was her decision.
Nice, nice. No, it's good, and she's not even here, so that's fine. That's cool. And what Magic Internet Money a real project?
I don't know, man. They have
That's a
$4,000
real
locked on there.
project.
Yeah, it's on. It's,
Yeah.
it's Magic Internet Money of Avalanche chain. So
Yeah, I think that's a pretty legit project, actually. There's some cool
That's
projects
funny
on
when
there.
the only legit project is something called Magic Internet Money.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think we have over 35,000 locks, so a lot of projects use us. It's mostly been a lot of meme coins in the past, and a lot of launch pads use us too. Would
You know,
prefer to work with DAOs and VC backed projects, but that's kind of where we're trying to move into and the direction we're trying to push into.
I feel like the real dream should be to combine these meme coin marketers with like legit projects that are trying to in the public goods space, and then we'd have an incredible duo. Because really, the meme of doing good and making the world a better place is it needs a little bit of help. And if these meme coin entrepreneurs can combine with legitimate projects like the homeless entrepreneur in Barcelona, his name's Andrew Funk, that's like training homeless people for new jobs, and it's a for-profit company, right? Like building a meme coin around him would be incredible, and his organization, and it would it would be, I feel like, and Team Finance is providing the tooling to make their token economies work without having the need of developers. So
Exactly. I mean, anybody can come in there and create a token in one stop. I mean, it's free at the moment for that token creation tool, so it's able for anybody to come in and launch that. I mean, right now in 10 minutes we could launch a sort of a regen meme coin right now and just do it right here. It's that easy. It's getting it, and to your point, like a lot of people, obviously, like the meme coins is still this phase, and if they were to partner up with like real individuals and real people in the space and real entities in the space, especially in the public good side, I think it could do a lot of good. It's just finding a way of how the best way to go about that is. First off, a lot of meme coin creators are anonymous. They're even hard to get a hold of in the first place. But even then, just like a real world example, you remember those Gitcoin NFTs that launched 6 months ago or so, and there was like a Vitalik made one, and those things were just there for public goods and quadratic funding. They pumped hard, and everybody was in there going like, hey, what's this project doing? Is this project, what do we add into this project? And it just everyone was so mad that bought into it, just the meme coin traders, right?
Yeah.
Did extremely well for Gitcoin and that, but like the casual traders were not too happy. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in hearing out like how we can launch a token or a project that combines facets of both the meme coin and public goods and public funding, but it's
And
tough.
I would think the meme coin creators wouldn't mind not being anon and being able to be proud of what they're doing. That might be good for their souls. But anyway, we are way out of time. I'm sorry. It's always fun chatting with you, Chris. And are you going to be in Paris or Barcelona?
I am not. I'm traveled out. I just got back from Turkey and England, but I will be at one of the conferences in September. It's in between DAppCon, Permissionless, and Token 2049. So
Well, hopefully it's DevCon, DevConnect, because that's the one we're going to in Turkey.
Oh yeah, okay, sounds good.
Yep. But hey, it's always a pleasure, Chris. And thank you all for enjoying 169. You get to enjoy Community Call 169 for 2 weeks. We'll be skipping next week, so don't bother coming, even if it's a ghost calendar invite, because the party's in Barcelona. Bye, everyone. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, Griff. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thanks.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.